Hello everyone. SIUK Nigeria is live with Oxford Brookes University. Over to you, Patrick.
Hi everyone. My name is Patrick. I'm the recruitment officer for Africa at Oxford Brookes University. And with me on this call today is my very lovely colleague Daniel. And we have a couple of student ambassadors who will be in this session with us. Because we try to make it as interactive as possible. I would go through a few slides very quickly. And then afterwards, right at the end, Danny is going to ask a couple of questions to our student ambassadors for prospective students who would like to get a sense of what life is like at Oxford Brookes from a student perspective. Yeah, so without taking so much of our time, because it's just for an hour, I'll try to rush through the slides as quickly as I can, and then we can have enough time for questions. So I'll turn off my video while I make the presentation. And please, if you get bored, yeah, just kindly sleep off, and then yeah, wake up in 20 minutes when the presentation is over to ask your question. But hopefully you don't get bored enough. Danny's face is there to make sure that you're entertained. Yeah, he likes to smile. So Danny, please keep a smile on while the presentation is on so that you can entertain them while I bore them to sleep. So yeah, good luck everyone listening, and then yeah, I'll start now. So once again, my name is Patrick. I'm the recruitment officer for Africa, and my email address is right on screen. It's africa@brooksuniversity.uk. It's an inbox I manage with my own personal inbox. So for prospective students who would like to get in touch with me, please do feel free to message on that inbox, and I'll be very kind to answer your questions. So a few things we're going to cover in this presentation today. I'll try to be as quick as possible so we'll have enough time for questions and ample time for our student ambassadors to say a few words right at the end. So we're going to look at the history of the university. That's about Oxford Brookes. The facilities and services available on campus, our accommodation options, sports and societies, our focus on teaching, faculties and departments of the university, the work placements available, the entry requirements, and then available scholarships at the institution. A brief overview of the university. I think from the image behind, you see that it's a very modern institution. So it's one of the top modern universities in the UK, and we've invested a lot of money, the hundreds of millions of pounds to
Hello, Patrick. Sorry to interrupt, but your voice is really fluctuating. Like it's really slow, then loud, then slow, then loud.
Oh, I guess it's probably from the network, not from my end. But you can hear me clearly now, can you?
Yeah, perfect.
Oh, okay. I guess it's probably from the network fluctuating. This happens normally, so I think it's fine. But anytime you can't hear me, please just give me a shout and I'll try and maybe raise my voice louder or talk a bit more subtle. But yeah, thanks. So we've invested a lot in our estates. I'm trying to upgrade the institution to make it more modern than it already is. And most of our courses taught on campus are career focused. And there's a lot of links to industries and work placements within the United Kingdom because of our close proximity to the London area and of course within the Oxfordshire area. So a brief history of the institution. It started at School of Art in 1865 and progressed on to the School of Science and then became the Oxford City Technical School. Then the John Henry became the vice principal. So the building you see at the back, it's John Henry Brookes Building, which is located at the Headington campus. Became Polytechnic in the 1970s and then became Oxford Brookes University in 1992. So we've been a university for under 50 years. However, we've been an institution for over 150 years. So lots and lots of rich history and experience within the teaching faculty at the institution. So our location as an institution is just an hour from London, and you can get access to the institution via the coach or a train, and it's just about an hour exactly from London. One interesting and unique feature of Oxford as a city with the universities is we've got two universities in one city. So it's Oxford Brookes University and then indeed Oxford University. So both universities in the same city will share a few resources together. And 1 in 4 adults in the institution are students in the Oxford area, in Oxfordshire, are students, mostly within the Oxford city centre, where the universities are both located. It's a centre for industry and enterprise, lots of them within the area. And one of the key interesting aspects of studying in Oxford is access to the Bodleian Library, which is the Oxford University Library. So lots and lots of resources at the disposal of students who are really keen on expanding their knowledge. Some of the key facts about the institution: we're the only UK university ranked in the top 50 institutions under 50 years old. 70% of our students are international, from 140 countries around the world. So lots from Nigeria. I was once an international student at the university. And so, yeah, so like myself, we have students from all over the world who studied and who are currently studying at Oxford Brookes University. Our students have high chances of employability after studying, and yeah, we've placed highly amongst 12 subject areas. The engineering, the School of Hospitality, School of Management, and that's to mention but a few. Some of the facilities you'll find available on campus are the Careers Center, the Medical Center, the Sports Center, the Brookes Bus Service, the Bookshop Bank, restaurants, grocery store, and the weekly markets, student union. And the interesting thing about this is all located on the main campus. So you have access to everything you need in one place. Most importantly is the Career Center for students who are seeking work placement within the course of study, and as well after studying. This is a very huge resource you can use as a student to place yourself well when searching for those jobs that fit into your profile. The sports center, of course, you have to keep fit while studying. And the medical center, for those, of course, studying takes a toll. So if you get sick, you can always pop into the medical center to get medical advice from the expert doctors and nurses we have on site. The Brookes Bus Service is available to students who stay in the halls of residence. And so once you've got access to the bus key, you can shuttle between the various campuses we've got on the within Oxford. So there's Harcourt Hill campus, there's a Whitley campus, and there's the Marston Road campus, and then Headington, of course. So all these are located together. And of course, the banks and bookshop and the restaurants are all on site. So yeah, they are available to students, at least within reasonable hours. The student union, of course, is one that is very nice for students to actually be a part of, as you'd have access to other friends and colleagues within from your faculty and of course other faculties, and also you can also body up with a lot of people from different parts of the world, improving your human resource globally. We've got the ISAT team who are there to help you with visa and immigration advice, the meet and read service, the global body scheme, 1 work week, and of course to help you with culture shock when you arrive in a new country for the first time.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, now you're audible.
I was mute before.
Yeah, for 2 seconds.
Oh my God, the network is bad.
Hello?
Yeah, so continuing from that, so accommodation options, we've got 10 halls of residence, including a dedicated postgraduate hall. Most of the rooms we have are in suite, and once you pay accommodation fee, it includes your utilities, internet, and the discounted bus pass that allows you to travel within the Oxford area at a discounted rate. The Brookes Union, one of the important aspects of the Brookes Union club is the fact that you've got access to a lot of societies, um, over 100 societies within the Brookes Union Club. And one activity they hold, which is very key to international students, is the Freshers' Fair. There you get to meet and interact with people from these various societies and get to also make friends from your country and then from other students based overseas, from respective overseas countries. We do well in sports, and we've been very active and competitive in various sporting events. And so we compete in tertiary sports in the box league. And so, yeah, we're very active in sports. And then, of course, the sports center is just next to the Headington campus where students can go and stay fit and participate in various sports activities. I used to play football as a student. So, yeah, that was my passion and I loved it. So we've won 13 Olympic medals in rowing since 2000, since the year 2000. Shows how very active we are with sports. I'll focus on teaching. So we've got academic advisors, we've got student support coordinators, work placement and work-based projects, we've got mentor schemes, and then free institutional study skills support, various service we provide on campus, which is called the Upgrade Service. And it's a free language module available to international students. And then this 24 hours library and e-learning center. So I'll pick on a few of these very briefly. So academic advisors are your go-to persons as a student for any academic challenge you have. And if you're having any challenge as a student, you can always reach out to your student support coordinators, who are more than happy to support and provide the immediate support you need as a student. So work placement and work-based projects are also available and embedded within courses. So as a student who is seeking work placement or whose course has got a work placement, I would always advise that you take it as an option so that you can learn more within your program. The Upgrade Service are a team of specialists within the institution whose job is there to help with essays and when you're writing and you're having struggles with your diction, your sentence construction, the Upgrade Service team are there to always support this service, and this is for free. The free language model. So as an international student at Brookes, I took French as my free language model. And so yeah, you're advised, you're encouraged to take free language courses just to improve or pick a foreign language that you want to learn and improve on as an international student. We've got a 24 hours library and e-learning center. So this is open 24 hours. Although a few measures put in place now due to COVID. So the facilities on campus and faculties and departments on campus. So we've got the Oxford Brookes Business School, which houses the Business School and the School of Hospitality Management, the Faculty of Health and Life Sciences, which has the Department of Biological and Medical Sciences, Department of Psychology, Department of Sports, Health Science and Social Work, and the Oxford School of Nursing and Midwifery. We also have the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, so the School of Education, Department of English and Modern Languages, School of History, Philosophy and Culture, School of Law, Institute of Public Care, and Department of Social Sciences. And then Faculty of Technology, Design and Environment has the School of Architecture, School of Arts, School of the Built Environment, School of Engineering, Computing and Maths. So lots and lots of options to pick for international prospective international students. So key facts about work placement, your visas covers the duration of the work placement. So if you're studying a postgraduate course, which runs for a year and it has a work placement year embedded to it, you have a visa for 2 years in the event that you pick the sandwich option while making your application. We've tried to secure exclusive placements for Oxford Brookes students who want to have placements during the course of their study. We have mentors from industries, experts who come to mentor students and encourage them and grow them in their respective fields. And the careers team is there to help you to search and apply through our online portal for work placements within your area of focus. So recent work placements we have include places where our students have had a work placement recently. Include Apple, BMW, Mini. For those who are keen on Formula One like myself, we've had students who have interned at Air for Ferrari, Ernst & Young, Four Seasons, Grant Thornton, Mars, Microsoft, PepsiCo, Warner Bros. But just to mention but a few of where our students have had their work placements in recent time. So down to application and the requirements you need. For students who've got just the WAEC, you've got 2 options to start a program at Oxford Brookes University. You can do the 1-year foundation and then have the option to pick a course of your choice when you're done with the foundation year. However, you can do the 4-year foundation and the combined program. Say for instance, you want to study computer engineering, you can do a computing foundation for 1 year and then transition onto the undergraduate computer engineering program. And then you have just 1 application and then 1 visa to cover the duration of your program. So quite helpful, especially for students who just want to start the program and continue without having to go through the hassle of visa applications. You need to write IELTS as a foundation student with a minimum score of 5.5 in all the bands. And you can start your foundation in September to May or January to August and for your respective entry classes. The undergraduate requirements, so similar to what I mentioned, you can do the foundation year at the university. However, if you've got your A-levels or your IBs or the high IGCSEs, you can always come onto the graduate programs directly. And then the grades required for that, for the A-levels are at least very good A's and B's. Most times you just say to students, just have all A's if you can, because it's never difficult to get. So your high school diplomas or your IB diplomas, but at least have a very good score in English when making applications as an undergraduate student. For postgraduate students, you've got 2 options. For students who haven't got the required grades and say you have a 3rd class, you can always go through one of our pre-master's options. And for HND students, you can always do the 2 years master's option, and that will automatically transition you into your chosen master's program. But for those who have got a 2nd class lower and above, you can directly apply to our master's programs and you'll be considered. If you're applying to courses like nursing, occupational therapy, social work, you definitely need to submit an IELTS result. But if you're applying to a course that's not any of the ones I just mentioned, a C6 and above in your English in WAEC should be absolutely fine to suffice as your English requirement. Well, let's encourage students to embrace their future at Brookes. We have a few students on this call who embrace their futures, and they'll be answering a few questions for us in a second. But key updates I would like to provide in response to COVID. It was a very challenging time come September, and we're not sure if institutions or the government regulations are going to allow universities to open. However, that was cleared and universities were allowed to open. But with that in mind, we should try to ensure the safety and health cautions for our staff and students. So a lot of social distancing and hygiene measures have been put in place, and this remained in place for some time to come in order to keep everyone within the institution, both staff and students safe. And then where social distancing allows, students are able to use facilities on campus, such as libraries, cafes, and other social activities provided by the Brookes Union Club, as well as those provided by the faculties. Our accommodation service is available for our international students to move into, with social distancing support provided on the facility where necessary. At the moment, there's no large face-to-face lectures. However, students will be on campus for individual and small group learning with their peer groups. Also, meetings with academic advisors will be available with adequate protective measures put in place. I mentioned earlier how useful the academic advisors are. So as a prospective student, always feel free to use the services they would be providing. And for students who for various reasons wouldn't be able to make it to campus, the university will provide some high quality learning and support online. You'll still be assigned an academic advisor who will be a good link to campus, and you'll still be grouped with other students as well as peer groups to improve your learning and generate university experience. You still have access to services such as careers, well-being, and library, and this will apply to those who will be in the UK but will need to adhere to stricter social distancing measures. So you can be in the UK but don't feel comfortable to go out, maybe due to one health reason or the other. Please be rest assured that you still have all the support as every student within your cohort. So in response to COVID, we initiated a new early bird £2,000 scholarship available to students starting in January. The deadline for this is the 6th of November, so a couple of days from today, 3 days to be precise. And one of the conditions to meeting getting this scholarship is paying your initial tuition deposit of £3,000, as well as meeting other conditions that will be highlighted on your offer letter by the admissions team. For those who will be arriving, we had a pre-booked taxi service at a cost of £75 that will be borne by the student. I think this will be available for students who will be starting in January also. Quarantine measures are put in place for international students arriving on campus accommodation with support provided for the period of isolation. So for the period of 2 weeks, while you're in isolation, you will have all the support you need in terms of grocery shopping and getting settled while in the UK, in Oxford. A few deadlines I would like to mention for prospective students. The 4th of December is the application deadline, so just about a month from now. The 23rd of December is the CAS deadline. CAS is the confirmation of acceptance of study letter, which is in applying for making a visa application. So from the 23rd of December, the CAS team will be issuing the CAS to students again, who will be starting in January. The 18th of January 2021 is the enrollment deadline for students who will be starting either online or on campus. And the 25th of January is the start teaching them when teaching starts officially on campus. If you resist to study at Oxford Brookes, so Oxford Brookes is one of the UK's leading money universities. I mentioned that earlier, and attracts nearly 3,000 international students from over 140 countries. It's amazing, I will mention. Oxford is world famous for its rich history in education and groundbreaking research. It's also an hour from London by train and by coach as well. And there's a lot of link. So for students who wonder how to get to the university or in the UK, we have shuttles from Gatwick and Heathrow Airport that run, I think from Gatwick is 2 hours, every 2 hours, and then from Heathrow Airport every 2 minutes. You can see just behind PowerPoint. The Oxford Brookes courses give you the fundamental skills and experience you need to succeed in your chosen career and become internationally employable. We have the International Study Advice Team that can help with everything from visas to work options. They can also run trips around the UK so you can see more of the country while you're studying. It's always nice to explore a new country when you find yourself in a new environment. I did it myself, so I would always encourage students to do it if you have the time and the resources. Oxford Brookes University has recently ranked 8 places in the 2020 Guardian University Guide, and so we're ranked 33rd out of 121 UK institutions. So we're solidly placed in the top 50 institutions in the UK, which is a really, really nice position to be in as an institution. So yeah, I'll let my colleague Danny ask the following questions to our students who are on the call who have embraced their futures. And yeah, they would answer these questions because then it will also give our students on the call a reason to want to study at Oxford Brookes, because these students are currently experiencing the same life and culture. So Danny, over to you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you enjoy the presentation. Sorry for the little technical issues about the microphone. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure that all the students ambassadors are online, because obviously the next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to ask, there are 4 questions that I wanted to ask to our student ambassadors, so they will be able, to give you all a better insight of being an Oxford Brookes student. So I'm going to straight jump onto the first questions, which is how and why did you choose to come to Oxford Brookes? So could any of the student ambassadors please just take this question and give it an insight and an answer to the audience, please? Hello, is anyone?
Hi, hello.
Yeah.
Hi, can you hear me? Oh, so
Hello.
my name's Ine, and I'm a final year architecture student. So the reason why I decided to come to Oxford Brookes mainly because of how respected architecture is as a course at Oxford Brookes, and like the levels of teaching there's like really good. And on top of that, just because I like live in London, it was like really close to home for me, and just the location itself, it's like really connected to London. And I feel like in terms of like job progression in the future, that was like something that really attracted me to come to Oxford Brookes University. Yeah.
Thank you, Anne. Is there anyone else who would like to contribute to this question? Okay, so if I don't, then we will jump into the next question, which is, what is your favorite thing about Oxford Brookes? Is anyone who would like just to jump in?
Hi, my name is Enyala, and I am in my 3rd year studying law at the moment. And my favorite thing about Oxford Brookes is just the level of support that is given to every student. Firstly, we have the academic advisor, which are on hand to help us at any time, any given time. You just email them. And I love the fact that the lecturers and the seminar leaders are very approachable. You can ask them any questions that you'd like. Also,
okay.
Is it all right if I keep going, or is it?
Yeah,
is
keep
okay?
going, please. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Also, I found that it was very helpful in terms of the other support systems that they do have when it comes to financial support, and when it comes to mental health and just everyone's care, in terms of everyone's care, students' care mainly. And I found that the financial support was very helpful because they had many other support, such as the one for the disability support, and the student union were very helpful on hand to help at any given time. And I just found that the support system is very strong for students, and they're very approachable. If you were to need any help, they are very happy to help you, and they're very on hand.
Thank you, Niola. Just I'm going to ask you, based on that, did you find it quite clear how to contact any support team at the university? Or did you find it difficult to find, to approach someone? Or
No, not really, because on campus, if we were to go on campus, there are many different stations. There's the student union, there's the reception desk, happy to help, with someone there to happy to help you. There's a little section on the side that has the student ambassadors and essays, very happy to help you, and also the student union as well. So even if you weren't on campus, if you were to go on the Brookes website, there's always an email address that you could always email someone about it. And also your lecturers are happy to help you as well. You just ask them and they should be able to direct you to whoever you need help from, or whoever is able to help you. So it's quite easy, and straightforward.
Thank you, Nila. Thank you for sharing that with us. Is there anyone else that would like to contribute to this question? Any other student ambassador that would like just to share their experience with us? Okay, so if I don't hear anything, then I'll jump into and move on to the next question. So the next question I would like to ask you today was, what has been your greatest challenge during your time at Oxford Brookes? Does anyone else would like to contribute, please?
Yeah, I'll go ahead.
Thank you.
Because I started in January and most students my year had started in September, the semester before, I had a hard time making friends because everyone had their own friend group. So I'm a shy person and I don't like approaching people. So I decided to go to ISAT's welcome event, and there were lots of ice breaking events. Games, and I didn't have to approach people, so it was really easy to make friends, and that's actually where I met one of my best friends. So yeah.
That's nice. Thank you. Thank you, Isha. Is anyone else would like to contribute to this question, please? Okay, so we move them on to the next question then, unless anyone else would like to contribute. So the next one.
I don't mind contributing to that question.
Yes, please.
I feel like the challenge, I feel like especially with this COVID situation, I was like a bit skeptical of like how everything was gonna play out in terms of like education and how lessons will be delivered. But I feel like the university like handled it really well in terms of like the quality of lectures was still, how do I say, it was still maintained. So I feel like in terms of like education, that was a challenge for me. But then again, it was resolved because the university like dealt with it really well. But yeah. If that helps.
Thank you. Yeah, nice. That really helps because obviously we're going through exceptional times nowadays, and we all just want just to make it and be as supportive as we can with the students and with everyone. So thank you. Thank you, Nini. And yeah, is there anyone else who would like to contribute or share what's been the greatest challenge with us during the time at Brookes? Okay then, so I'm gonna move then into the next question, and the next question is, what do you like most about living in Oxford? I guess everyone is different, so I guess we could hear like different opinions from the panel, and it'd be great for the audience to like hear different examples and different opinions. So who would like to go first, please?
I could go first, if that's okay.
Yeah, please go ahead, Neola. Thank you.
Yeah, what I like most about Oxford is just the accessibility of everything that you have around you, and as Oxford is known for the being the student, what's it called? I think it's called the student city or something like that. I love those lines. Yeah. I guess it's just a matter of having many things accessible to you. You have the city centre that has many shopping centres in it, and you have very social life in a way, and you have many very social activities to do in Oxford. There's really nothing, there's never a boring day in a way if you wanted to explore Oxford. And also like it's just, there's so many students around you that you always make friends with people. There's always a way for you to make friends with someone, and it's quite easy. It's very close knit. The community feel is very nice because you have a sense of community moving from someone that came from a city, because in London I don't feel as close to people here that I do in London. So it's just the environment is much more calming and nicer in a way. And also, yeah, it's just, and the transport as well is quite easy and very straightforward. So
Okay, thank you, Nila. Thank you. Okay, who would you like to?
Okay.
Hello, is anyone else would like to contribute to this question, please?
I don't mind contributing. So what I like most about living in Oxford, previously, as Enilo said, about like everything being local, but I also like the fact that like in Oxford itself, its city, it's just like a really nice place, and it's different to like London as well. So the setting and the students, there's lots to do. People are really friendly as well, and yeah, I feel like it's just really how do I say, like everyone's welcoming in
Okay,
opposed to like other places. So yeah, that's what I like about living in Oxford. And the
thank you.
Oxford Tube is really good as well. But yeah.
Which helps you to get to London.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, thank you. Is anyone else would like to add anything to this question?
Yeah, going off of Iniola's last point, everything is so near because Oxford's pretty small, so you can walk everywhere. And if you don't feel like walking, you can take any bus because there's always buses coming back and forth from wherever you want. So yeah, I really like that.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I find that it is quite easy to move around in the city itself. But yeah, thank you. So I think unless Patrick would like to ask any other questions, I will hand over to him, and then we will. I see some questions on the chat, so I'm sure I'll leave it up to you, Patrick. I'll hand over to you how you want to take it from here. Okay. Thank you all.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you to very lovely ambassadors Isha and Yola. Thank you guys so much. It's really nice to hear from you guys. Refreshing voice, totally different from mine and Danny's. So yeah, that's just lightened my day. So you just leave my details at the end of this because we've come right to the end. I love to laugh. I love to smile. Yeah, so this is me. This is what I look like. Just for those who don't know what I look like, Danny knows what I look like, so it's fine. Yeah, so the contact details are there. Once again, I'm the Officer for Africa. Thank you guys so much. I hope the questions our ambassadors have answered quite helpful. And then within the session, please, by all means, Bimbo, you can take it from here.
All right, thank you very much, Patrick, Daniel, and all the students, ambassador. It really feels so good hearing from all of you and students. I'm sure students here are able to get different perspective about studying at Oxford Brookes, what life is, and what they should expect. So going forward, we have a couple of questions that students have sent in. So Dola Akinde on YouTube is asking, okay, I think you've answered that question. The deadline for January 2021 application, which is December 4th, right?
Yes, please.
Okay, all right. Then so I just moved to the next question from the same person, Dola Akinde. And the question is it still possible to apply for a scholarship for January start?
Yes, so long as the application goes in and she can make the deposit between now and Friday, she should be absolutely fine to get it. Because if she can get the offer as soon as possible and meet the conditions on the offer, then yes, of course, she'll get the scholarship too.
Okay, can you please confirm the value of the scholarship and if it's merit-based?
It's £2,000 and it's available to all students, all international students, so long as you can make your application and meet meet the conditions on your offer before the deadline, which is the 6th of November, it automatically applies to your tuition.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Patrick. So the other question is from Obi Bakari. And his question is, what are the career opportunities during the course? And he's also asking if there are part-time jobs available.
Can I ask any of the student ambassadors to just pick on this if they can?
Sorry, if you could please repeat the question, the first part of the question first.
Okay, so the first part of the question is, what career opportunities are available while studying? Probably job opportunities in terms of placement.
I'm not sure about placement because my course does not require for me to do placement. I'm sure anyone else, any of the student ambassador can say something about that. But when it comes to having part-time jobs, there are always many stations to go to in Oxford, and also on the Brookes website, there's a chance for you to actually go on the careers page and go for the part-time jobs. There are many part-time jobs available within the university and outside of the university as well. And also around Oxford, there are many places where you can apply for jobs, which is quite easy for people to do. I found it quite easy for me. And also you just email someone, and I'm pretty sure Patrick should be able to help someone out with that in directing them to where they need to go or who they need to email. And they should be able to find someone to help them in terms of where to apply for a part-time job as well.
All right, thank you very much. So we'll move to the next question, and this says, what are the common partner companies for law careers that the university partners with? So in terms of studying law, and are there companies or firms that the university partners with?
There are a few of them, of course. I don't have all the names in my head at the moment for sure. But within the department, yeah, I've interacted with a few of the tutors on the course, and yes, there's a few pro bono services within local chambers that students can learn from. So yes, this is available to the best of my knowledge.
Okay, thank you very much, Patrick. So the next question is from Omotoke Adisa, and she wants to know if the university offers graduate courses in nursing.
Yes, we have an MSc nursing program. So it's mental health and mental health and child or mental health of adult. Yeah, but there's an MSc nursing program available at the university.
Okay, do you also have pre-registration available?
Yes, please.
Okay, perfect. All right, so Faith wants to know if medicine is available.
No, we do not offer medicine as a course. We offer pre-medical courses like biomedical sciences, but yeah, we do not offer full-time medicine as a course.
Okay, all right then. Thank you, Patrick. So the next question from Ayomiku Ogundaini. He wants to know the installment plan. How many installments can one pay the tuition fee?
So at the moment, this is something that the finance team is actually just developing as policy, but what students are encouraged to make as commitment to the institution is the initial deposit of £3,000. Once you've made that, I think you're supposed to complete the first half of your tuition after 4 weeks of enrollment, and then the other half can be paid in your second semester.
Okay. So it's 3,000 before applying for your course, and then balance
Exactly.
of 50% upon enrollment, then the other balance of 50% in second semester.
You got that 100%. All done.
Okay, perfect. Okay, and then the last question is from Quadri Ayomide, and he wants to know if there are scholarships available for undergraduate students. Someone wants to study engineering.
So the same scholarship available is the same one we give off to international students, which is £2,000. So that we've got that for January, of course, and we'll certainly have some for September. The exact amount I wouldn't know, but the minimum we'd give off to international students as scholarship is £2,000.
All right, thank you very much, Patrick. So with this question, we've come to the last question sent in by students. I would like to thank you for your time. I don't know, you probably have something to say before we then wrap up for today.
Well, basically say thank you to everyone, the entire SIUK team. Jimbo, thank you for the call earlier. Thank you for putting this together. And then to my lovely colleagues and friends, since Daniel and the student ambassadors, thank you all so much. I'll leave you guys an email soon to say thank you, and of course, schedule for dinner when I'm back in Oxford soon. But yeah, it's been an amazing session with everyone, and then yeah, looking forward to seeing you all in the nearest future. I keep
Thank you,
smiling like
Patrick.
myself. Keep a smile on. It's not the best of times, we all know, but please do have a smile on your face like I've got on screen. Don't mind the picture, it's an old one. I look like an ape right now because I'm all hairy because I've not had the shave in months. But that notwithstanding, yeah, I still try to smile as much as I can with my fluffy cheeks. But yeah, so just try to smile as much as you can and be happy always. And we'll go through these times stronger and better than we got into it. But yeah, thank you guys all generally. Thank you.
Thanks, Patrick. Thanks to everyone.
All right, thank you very much. I can see some few students are just joining. So you could see the contact of Patrick here, and also you could chat us up if you have further questions for Patrick or about the university generally. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you, everybody. Yes, the audio was a bit bad at some point in time, but we're glad that you're able to stay till the end. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you all.
Thank you all. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you all.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.